So, we have one person so far. One person. Who have we got? We got Lee. Good morning. So, Eddie Howe is back. Brilliant news. Yes, sirree. Mm-hmm. 5 huge games and a push for third. That's what I think. That's just my thoughts. And the one thing I want to share with you all is this. What an amazing season Newcastle United have had. Absolutely just outstanding. So yes, take them off as the computer screen is just there. So hopefully everybody is enjoying the Saturday. I know that I am. It's the weekend and it has been a very busy week. So, to everybody who will be watching this, 5 games where Ipswich today, and then we have another 4 games after today. But yeah, exciting. Wouldn't it be epic if we went on a run? Yeah, I think that, because at the end of the day, if we did go on a run, then we're going to be pushing with what is 5 games, 3 fives, 15 points available. Is it possible that we could go all the way? Interesting. Anyway, I will let you have a think about that. What I'd hope for today is Alexander Isak back on the score sheet. Harvey Barnes back on the score sheet. And Jacob Murphy. I want more goals, yeah, as Ipswich are just about relegated. So I would like a goal fest today. Don't know if I'll get it though. That's the icky bit. Don't know if we're going to get it. However, just my thoughts. There's a possibility that yes, certain players could go out and run riot. But, and it is a but, 3 points. That's the most important bit. Get the 3 points and move forward to the next game. So there's 2 people here. Right. We're growing in number. Yay! Now, what I'd like to see today and in the remaining games, what Newcastle United have, is Harvey to get over 10, Anthony Gordon over 10, and who is the closest to them 2? Is it Jacob Murphy? is it? You tell me. Because in all truth and honesty, with the last number of days, I have been busy elsewhere, i.e. doing the AI part, and kind of lost track. So I think it's Jacob Murphy, and then Bruno just behind him. But then again, I may be wrong. So I'm just hoping that Alexander Isak can get himself well in contention for the Golden Boot. I know that Liverpool will claim the title. Good luck to them. But for the Golden Boot, I want Alexander Isak to be as close to getting that as is humanly possible. Besides, anyway, striker from Sweden. Aye. So yes, hopefully by 5 o'clock today, we have 3 points. We have multiple goals, and at least those attending St James's Park, well, they get to see Eddie Howe fit and he's out of hospital. Martin Watson, boring, LOL. What's boring? There's 5 games left in our season. 5 games where we go for another 5 victories. What's boring about that? Eh? What is boring about that? Nout. I just want by the end of this season, Jacob, Harvey, Anthony, and Bruno to have climbed up to the 10 goals and hopefully went past it. That's going to be epic because it's showing that we're sharing the goals around. And that's got to be good. And I still believe we can get third. We just got to keep third. It's no good just having, like, winning a match to get third. You've got to keep it. Pardon me. And that way, when you're keeping it, well, you're showing everybody else in the top 10, if you want it, you got to fight for it. And that's the Premier League all over. You know, we haven't got the best league in the world. So, yeah, excited. So there's 5 here. Now, in the next few days, we are now on the 26th. So we got 4 days. Good morning, Keith. So in the next 4 days, some things have to happen. And it starts today with Newcastle's victory over Ipswich. But, and here's the big but, the apps have to go as well. They have to be so that you can get in there and explore them. And that means help. Aye, that means you. You who's watching this. It's help. to get over the finish line. Now, a couple of things for you. Today is obviously match day, very important. So football first, then apps second. Yeah. And then we prepare for the end of this month. In total, there are 6 apps. Yeah, they kind of grew. But there are 6, and 3 of them are games. There is Streets of Home. That was a song. It's expanded from the song to buggy racing game. And how it all links together. Geordie Nation links it together. Smart. Where do we download these apps? I would say on your mobile, that would be App Store, Play Store. However, they have to go through a checking system to go in there, and that's yet to be done. You know, there's only so much one person can do, and that's been my point all along. Yeah, but with Geordie Nation, that covers the majority of it because it's Newcastle based. The tune review, they will never happen because you need licenses, etc., legal approval. He doesn't realise this. Well, here's the thing, Paul. Yeah? The app has been constructed. Geordie Nation has been constructed. And with the apps, here's a thing for you. Racing down Barrack Road. Who owns Barrack Road? It's not Newcastle United, is it? No. You go past Newcastle United into the city centre. So there's a lot of things to work out. That is correct. Yes. However, they're to be worked out once these things go live. What's this one? This bloke's an absolute lunatic, lives in... Huh. Well, if that's the case, why are you here? Matter of fact, there we go. Where are you? Gone. If you're going to come in to a person's live here on YouTube and say things like that, get out the door, man. I haven't got time, But I will say this much to you, right? Here's another one. There are rumors. You know what, BFA, and that's so funny. I'm rolling across the floor in laughter. Really. You see, when I come up with an idea for a song, where is everybody else? That's my point. It's just me here doing it. And if it sounds good on one guitar, it may sound good on Black Beauty. Two different tones. I mean, it's what you got to work out at the end of the day. But one thing is this. There's 4 days between now and the end of this month. What we got here? Oh, he's back again. Yeah, if you behave, fine. Just, this is my life. So, like I say, behave or gone. Now, here's the thing. The apps, which some have said will never happen. Well, I'm going to say this to every single one of you that's here who think it's not going to happen. When you're spending money to do something, and in each case of the apps, you have to spend money. Yeah, that means you have an end product. So, yeah. What else we got here? How's the miracle hair regrowing going? Well, this was cut yesterday. It was cut because summer in far away. And I shaved the side bits here so that they are all nice and they're down to one. Right. Why are there no videos of Hey, by gum, lad. Do you know the thing is, there is more to life. You just haven't worked that bit out. There's videos of all over parts of Newcastle on my channel. Now, people turn around and say, back in the days when Newcastle had a scoreboard, didn't have a roof, but they had a scoreboard. There were no, decent camera phones. They just didn't exist. So everything evolves, and so must we as well. So what we got here, you should make more videos with the horses. Well, there was one the other day with that, and it's running out of memory. So bit of a downside. Delta Phoenix would love to help this guy, but I have suspicion he would. Look, what agenda? Huh? What agenda? You got to look at things this way. Yeah? Doing a course of web design. Somebody turns around and says, when I'm doing the videos, so everybody can see them as adult learning, people turn around and say, AI can do what you're trying to do faster, better. Do I put my fingers in my lugs, or do I listen? Well, the obvious is you listen. So I did listen and I did search. Right, what we got? Paul, you couldn't web design if you were a spider. Shock horror, says the person using my image on their picture. Really? I will say this much though, at the end of the day. Before I did the sign up for the course, never ever thought what would happen has happened. Never my wildest dreams. So that's something brand new, something for 2025. So what we've got here, it can't, it's a tool to assist developers, not replace them. So an artificial intelligence is a tool, correct, to assist a person, but not replace them. Yeah? Am I following your line correct? Because what I'd say to that is this. You give AI a question, and if AI starts to write code, and let's be honest here, if it starts to write lots and lots of code, that's a start. Yes? The image keeps, this image keeps the kids. Oh, right. Well, I'm not bothered. And that's the honest thing at the end of the day. Because I'm focused on what I'm trying to do, which is with Seeking You, it goes live. So you can go and explore. Same with Geordie Nation. And one thing I was looking at the other day, I was asking Gemini, which is Gemini is on there. And I was talking to it, and it was saying, do you want me to do this? Do you want me to do that? And I was like, no, we're just discussing. Where the other one, which you'll have seen in the video, that's different. So, yes, I have done, Keith. Yes, I have. Why doesn't Seeking You have a song? Because it doesn't need one, is the honest answer. Geordie Nation is an app for the people, the businesses, the tourism of Newcastle upon Tyne. And I'll go back to that tourism bit, because linked to Geordie Nation is UBBC. And that is on the coast. It's Whitley Bay. It's Cullercoats and White Sands at Tynemouth. So it all fits nicely together because of the first one. No. UBBC. It took me about an hour to work that one out, and it fits perfectly. So yes, and because it fits, what's Whitley beer? What is colour coats? And what is White Sands? When you're there, what is it? Think about it. And while you're thinking about it, I'm going to make another cuppa. Right, so let's have a look and see what we have. Is this why you like John Sinclair? Because you like... No. John Sinclair, he's a nice lad. I always meet him the east corner of the Gallagher, and he's normally chatting to Peter, Petey Proudlock, or somebody else. And yeah, you keep referring as in BBC, the British Broadcasting Service. No, completely different. Would you suggest you reduce the scope? Why? Why reduce the scope? I mean, look at it this way, right? Yeah. An idea was given to an AI, and it started to write code. And it asked, do you want this to go to Superbase? And then do you want this to go from Superbase to StackBlitz? They cost money. So yeah, right. Is it a play tester? I do want a demo. Yes, I do want a demo, because there are skills in the demo I don't have. I was on the journey of the apps through web development. However, that web development 3 that I was doing, because there's code in my videos, Yeah. Somebody had mentioned, well, it wasn't one person, it was about 3 who had mentioned AI will be able to do what you're trying to do, like that. And it kind of is true that AI can, it's there. It can do that. There's a problem though. A human being, one of us, still needs to look at that code and say, or the other way, where they turn around and say, well, this needs to be fixed, whatever that may be, because there are so many intricate bits to it. There's like, I was doing HTML5. Yes. There is CSS, I believe. But there's JavaScript a little bit down the road beyond that. And I hadn't even got to that part. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Adult learning of starting a subject, and then that subject takes you in a different direction completely that you're not expecting. What's this one? What do you mean you want a demo? Oh, lad. Right. Here's the thing. Who was this? Pond. Pond was saying, right, the demo, yeah, a buggy game where you got planks of wood, you put the planks of wood together, you stick your crossbar for the front, and you stick your pram wheels on, and you do the same for the back. A demo of that going down a street in Newcastle upon Tyne. That's it. That's it as a demo to show you can go from A all the way down to B and how you get there. And that to be written as code. Now, how many different parts of code are you going to be using to do that demo? That's the interesting part, because it's not just going to be HTML5. There's going to be other bits stuck to it. Right, what's this? Yeah, we know the idea. Where's the actual demo? Where can we play it? What are the pictures, the code, the models? Very important questions you're asking. Very, very important questions. I have to say that straight up. You are asking important questions. Now, the skills to do a demo. Yeah? Have you got the skills? Or do you know somebody that has the skills to do a demo? What that's doing is the idea's there, and it's bolting bits to that idea to make the proper picture. If you can't even construct a demo, then what are you? Look, here's the point. I was doing a course, and somebody in the comments said the following. You're in HTML5. By the time you finish the Web Development 3 course, AI will have made your idea better and faster. Do you follow that bit? So I had to reevaluate the work on the keyboard, like me typing away, to if I give the idea from here to the keyboard through the laptop and it does something, well, that's a foundation. A Unity developer. Okay. That's very interesting. That is, Biavakin. So, just to you, Biavakin, just to you. One thing I've looked at was, what do they call it again? What do they call it? There's Unity and there's something else which is on the desktop. And what is the other one? There's VS Code on the desktop. And there's something, what's it called, man? What's it called? And it does the same thing Unity does, i.e. constructs it. Now, I never knew that what you just said until you just said it. It's about time you were honest and admitted you were only using AI because you're too lazy to learn code. Actually, no. Where my problem was, I can type for fun. I really can type for fun. As ex-partners used to say to us, that needs to be spell checked, grammar checked, etc. Yeah, and that's what they would do before it went to Facebook, etc. So the problem was with code. As you type in the line out of code, yeah, certain parts change color. I don't know why it changes color, but it changes color. And with nobody here to say this is why it changes color, that was the missing part. So it does make me chuckle the way he mentions HTML in the same breath as game development. Yeah, the reason why is this. I'm still on the baby steps. In Web Development 3, you've got HTML5, CSS, PHP, Python, JavaScript, and many others I haven't even come to. But what I'm saying is, that's like all of those different things you've got to like get an understanding of to move forward from HTML5 to CSS. You have to have the understanding of a little bit of knowledge of it to move forward. And I didn't get that because obviously somebody came in and turned around and mentioned artificial intelligence, which I'm glad at, because at the end of the day, when you're turning the light on to say about artificial intelligence can do it faster, better, then that's why. My coding skills were first year. Yeah. I can do bits, but there's lines in that bit where something's wrong. Why would you use no code app builders? I came across over 200 videos on YouTube, some from We Are No Code to others. And I just looked at like what they were doing. Could the two coexist? But saying that, 4 days to get 2 up and running. Keith, you have it absolutely spot on, my friend. Absolutely 100%. Yes, that's exactly my point. It's not a one-man job. It never was. You know, and that's the point of it. I was going to suggest he uses Scratch. Okay, but I imagine that may be a touch high level. It's possible. I mean, what I was looking at was Cursor, possibly. But again, that would just be looking back at a video from another YouTube channel who's using that. It wouldn't be anything more than that. You completely missed Mike. Why wouldn't you use no code app builders? Christopher Reeve has more chances of getting up and running than your apps. Thank you for the optimism. Thank you. Really, I mean, truly, thank you. Because the way I look at it is this idea, some code. It's not. I don't expect all of the code to be there. Well, if it is, the way to implement it properly. However, there's still 4 days left. So in 4 days, because obviously today is a match day, there's time. And there's time for people who are, let's say, experts to sit down at their machine and produce some wizardry. What's this? It's nowhere near. It's nowhere near. Now, couple of things, yeah. As we have the elusive MK is in chat. This is a person never met in my life, but this is the person who gives the hardest time. Now, it's on about 32k, yeah? It's on about wind farms, etc. Yeah? This is what he's on about in chat. So let me just enlighten you. Let me switch the light on. Yeah? Very simple. A person who is fluent in Solidity checks code. If that comes back with a thumbs up or a tick, that code can then go to be sold. It's as easy as that. Because once it has been verified, then it'll go on to any platform and be bought and sold. Of course, it's all nonsense. It's nonsense in your head because that's what you've made it. I know this much, that you have seen HTML5 in my videos. I know you have seen me standing up with Black Beauty singing into a microphone. I know that because I can go back and look at it. What did you do? You kept on about this, about that, and about the other. It's dead easy to turn around and say, oh, he should have been able to have this, he should have been able to have that. Time and money. There's the honest thing at the end of the day. Oh, right. So I've done nothing for the project. Okay. So there we go. Let's hope today that ship has to be built. So 2025, this year, going to be interesting, going to be exciting. And the hope is that things get done so that I can turn around to my work coach and say, signing off. Thank you. That's the hope. So, to all of you people who have decided to come in on a Saturday morning, have an awesome, truly Saturday. Hope for 3 points up at St James's Park, and hope the sun comes out from behind that cloud up there so we can all have a very nice day. Thanks for being here. Yeah.